Hello, welcome once again. Today we are starting the course entitled Psychology of Education, and this is from the Foundation of Education. This is your host, Dr. Tulipo Mwenifumbo. You can WhatsApp me up on +260 976 18 12 53 +260 976 181253. This program is under Mkuba College of Education, and it is an intensive diploma in teaching methodology. So you can, if you want for more information, you can WhatsApp on that number, +260 9761 18 12 53, and it is being sponsored by Alliance for World Missions. As I've said, we are beginning the course in psychology of education, and in lesson one, we are going to look at some concepts and introduction on education psychology. So this course outline provides a comprehensive overview of the psychology of education, covering topics from learning and teaching process to diversity and research methods. So we are going to look at these topics. We have got about 8 lessons that we are going to cover in this course. And in lesson 1, we are going to look at introduction to psychology of education. That's where we're going to look at definitions and objectives of psychology of education. We are going to look at history and the evolution of psychology of education. Then we are going to look at the relationship between psychology and education. In lesson 2, we are going to look at learning process, and we are going to look at types of learning, and which is behavioral, cognitive, constructivism. We are going to look at learning theories, classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and social learning. We are going to look at also factors influencing learning, which is motivation, attention, and memory. In lesson 3, we are going to look at teaching processes, and we are going to look at teaching theories, traditional, progressive, and constructivist. And then we are going to look at teaching strategies, which we are going to look at expository, demonstrative, and participatory teaching strategies. We are also going to look at assessment and feedback in teaching. In lesson 4, we are going to look at cognitive and social emotional development. So we are going to look at cognitive development theories like Brilliant, and also we are going to look also at social emotional development, where we are going to look at emotional intelligence theories, and we are going to look at implications of education. Lesson 5, we are going to look at learning and diversity, where we are going to look at learning and cultural diversity. We are also going to look at learning and individual diversity, that is learning styles, special needs, and we are also going to look at strategies for addressing diversity in the classroom. In lesson 6, we shall look at psychology of education in specific context, and that is psychology of education in early childhood education. We will look at psychology of education in secondary, and we are going to look at psychology of education in higher education. And in lesson 7, we will do the research in psychology of education, and we are going to have a brief look at research methods in psychology of education. Then we are going to look at research design, that is experiment, quiz, experimental and non-experimental, then data analysis and interpretation in education research. And lastly, we are going to look at, in lesson 8, we are going to look at applications of psychology of education, where we are going to look at classroom applications, that teaching strategies, assessment, and feedback. We also go look at education guidance application, what that is, counseling, advising, and we are going to cross with the education policy application, that is policy design and program evaluation. So the focus of psychology of education is to understand how people learn and develop in education settings. We are going to examine the psychology factors that influence learning, teaching, and education outcomes. So the main focus of psychology, we are going to look at the main focus of psychology of education. So by understanding these factors, psychology of education aims to improve learning outcomes, teaching practices, and education experiences for all students. So the main focus areas will include learning processes, how students acquire knowledge, skills, and attitudes. So we are going to look at how do students acquire knowledge, skills, and attitudes. And also we are going to look at teaching processes, how teachers instruct, guide, and support students. We also look at um, the factors like cognitive development, how students' thinking, problem solving, and memory abilities can develop. Or we look at social emotional development, how students' emotional, social, and motivational abilities develop. And we are going to look at individual differences. You know, there are differences in understanding. According to, there are a lot of factors that makes a person different. There is genetics, and there is also the social influence, and also there is experiences. So we are going to look on how students' unique characteristics such as abilities, disabilities, and learning styles affect learning. The sixth, we are going to look at education environment, how classroom, school, and cultural context influence learning and teaching. We will look also at assessment and evaluation, how to measure students' learning and program this the effectiveness, and how do we know that the student or the trainee have gotten the knowledge that you were trying to transmit as the instructor or as a lecturer or as a teacher. We'll look at the instructional design, how to create effective learning materials and activities. So those are the things that we are going to look at, and we are going to look at teacher training and development, how to support teachers' professional growth and effectiveness. That is also part of our effectiveness as we are doing this course. So, or number 10, which is the last, we are going to look at education policy and reform, how to apply psychological principles to improve education systems and policies. So this is what we are going to look at uh, in the introduction, and I believe we are going to enjoy this course, and I want you to be to do the assignments as they will be coming forth. Once again, this is your host, Dr. Tulipa Mwenfumbo, and we are being sponsored by Mukuba College of Education. So you can enroll at Mukuba College of Education. We have got varieties of programs. We have got primary teaching. We have got secondary teaching. We have got also teaching methodology and different subject teaching. So you can join Mukuba College of Education, and you can be able to contact the Mukuba College of Education. It's at Bowmaker House, that is opposite Kitwa City Square or opposite library at Zambia State Insurance Building, Bowmaker House. Thank you so much, and God bless you.